The definition of cancel culture is slowly shifting. Now when someone gets canceled, it's very rare that anything actually happens to their career. In most cases, it's simply a word used to notify fans of a particular celebrity that they may not be as great as we'd like to think. But Hollywood has been fake for years, so we should have all seen this coming. Welcome to Top 10 Beyond the Screen, I'm your host Johnny Rogers, and before we kick this video off, if you want to see more videos about what your favorite celebrities are up to lately, just tap that playlist in the corner of your screen. That corner. Also, if you don't want to miss another daily video from us, make sure you tap that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. Now, without any further delay, let's get right into today's list, the top 10 celebrities canceled in 2020 part 3. In at number 10, Gal Gadot. Imagine if celebrities singing from their mansions could fix this widespread panic. That's probably what Gal Gadot's first thought was the day that she decided to have a bunch of celebrities sing Imagine by John Lennon into their cell phones.
Hey, you'll join us. And the world will be as one.
Oh god, that little smirk that she does at the end just says it all, doesn't it? Look how pleased she is with herself. On the plus side, instead of bringing the world together for one big kumbaya song, they instead united us in hatred. It was the only thing on the internet that people as a collective agreed was about as unnecessary as a DVD rewinder. That's a really dated joke. As a result of her trying to comfort her fans, Gal ended up feeling the full brunt of the Twitterati who threw a Gal Gadot is over party upon watching the tone-deaf video. In at number 9, Demi Lovato. Back in mid-April, Demi Lovato came under fire for allegedly having a fake Instagram account that she was using to bring down Selena Gomez. The tweet showed screenshots as well as Demi going live on her fake account, which apparently proved that it was indeed her. The canceller wrote on Twitter saying, Demi Lovato's Finsta being exposed to reveal her obsession with bringing down Selena proves how disgusting she is. Hashtag Demi Lovato is over party. This account continued to plead her case for canceling Demi by adding more conspiracies to Demi Lovato's stans, making fake accounts to mess with the details. Specifically, there was one that claimed they personally edited the Demi post, but that's a weird angle to take because if you're a fan, why would you implicate her into this whole mess? Although Selena aside, Demi has publicly bashed other female artists, which just adds to the idea that she is, well, a fake feminist. In number 8, RuPaul. Fans of RuPaul's Drag Race were appalled after its namesake became a controversy that suggested that he was more behind the times than they initially believed. The show was created to be a forefront to celebrate the LGBTQ community, but RuPaul's comments put all of that progress into reverse. During an interview with The Guardian, writer Decca Aikenhead was questioning RuPaul about the contradiction between his playful sensibility and the militant stance that he has on the transgender movement. The writer noted that RuPaul seemed to pick his next words very carefully, but still said that he probably wouldn't have admitted a transgender woman like Peppermint if she had already started her gender-affirming surgery. He went on to say, you can identify as a woman and say you're transitioning, but it changes once you start changing your body. It takes on a different thing. It changes the whole concept of what we're doing. In at number 7, Tory Lanez. Canadian rapper Tory Lanez, whose real name is Daystar Peterson, recently gained mass popularity throughout this pandemic by constantly doing Instagram live sessions. His show was called Quarantine Radio and featured a ton of content that broke the community guidelines of Instagram. That being said, he was still crowned the Quarantine King by his followers. With clout around his name now, we saw Tory hanging around with the likes of Kylie Jenner and Megan Thee Stallion. Which brings us to what Tory is being exposed for and cancelled for right now. Megan was in the car with a friend, Tory, and a member of his security team driving through an LA neighborhood. Apparently an argument took place in the car that resulted in Megan deciding that she was going to just get out and walk to where she was staying. I guess it was just really close to where she was and she didn't want to be in that car anymore. However, before she could do so, Tory allegedly shot her in the foot. Well, not allegedly, she got shot in both feet and there's proof of that.
Since y'all so worried about it, yes, this Tory shot me. You shot me.
Either way, Meg calling Tory out led to many of his fans turning on him and thus another celebrity was cancelled. In number 6, Terry Crews. First and foremost, let's begin with the tweet that Twitter decided was the breaking point for Terry Crews in his career. Towards the end of June, Terry tweeted, if you are a child of God, you are my brother and sister. I have family of every race, creed, and ideology. We must ensure Black Lives Matter doesn't morph into Black Lives Better. Many advocates for BLM were furious with Terry for even tweeting this because it felt reminiscent of the All Lives Matter counter movement, which was viewed as a way of delegitimizing the Black Lives Matter movement across the United States. Francesca Ramsey even commented on his post and said, Terry, what in the actual hell? This is the very definition of a straw man argument. Why would you suggest that a movement created to advocate for the prosecution of cops and citizens responsible for racially motivated killings could somehow morph into we're better? The point that she's making is that demanding black equality is not the same as black supremacy, as suggested by Terry's tweet. In at number 5, Doja Cat. At the start of the pandemic, Doja Cat was upset that she had to stay in her home and therefore she was spouting off about how weak the virus was. Weird flex, but okay. I believe she said it could be fixed with a little Mucinex, tea, and a cat nap. Huh? Comment if you got that. However, what really started the Doja Cat is over party was allegations that she had participated in a racist chat room. First, let's check out the original tweet that wanted her cancelled. This Twitter user said, "Why Doja Cat is being cancelled? She was an active member in racist chat rooms and was known for being anti-black. She made a song mocking police brutality." There was also a clip that someone had recorded of Doja right smack dab in the middle of an alt-right video chat. The bizarre thing with this one is that despite her claims that she was never part of this chat group, there was an interview that she did in 2019 with Paper Magazine where she clearly stated that she was obsessed with a chat room that she couldn't name. That was the chat room. In number 4, Kanye West. Kanye West is one of the few celebrities that are so rich and famous that he's almost immune to being cancelled. Back when he released his album titled Jesus is King, Kanye was quote unquote cancelled by music critics because the album received praise from Trump. Once Kanye started to run for the 2020 presidency though, that's where the real cancel culture started to come out. People were accusing him of trying to sabotage the election and even further condemned him when he became emotional at his rally. I mean, he was talking about an extremely sensitive topic and one that was close to his heart, but his ramblings made many worry that he may actually get elected. In another failed attempt to cancel Kanye, he ignored his critics and spoke about how it was racist for people to assume that he was swaying black Americans from voting for Joe Biden. In number 3, Crystal Lea. Lea was cancelled and had been accused of grooming and attempting to solicit nude photographs from underage girls. A woman named Simone tweeted out a screenshot of her alleged interactions with Chris, which began a thread of other women sharing their interactions with him as well. The stories were all pretty horrific considering that they were allegedly all underage at the time that Chris had sent the messages to them. However, in response to having his name dragged through the mud online, Chris told TMZ, "I know I have said and done things that might have offended people during my career, but I have never knowingly pursued any underage women at any point." Chris then goes on to say, "All of my relationships have been both legal and consensual, and I have never met or exchanged any appropriate photos with the people who have tweeted about me." Either way, you cancelled. In number 2, Cardi B. Similar to what happened with Demi Lovato, Cardi B woke up one morning to discover that Cardi B is over party was trending on Twitter, with the claim being that she too had faked an Instagram account. The accusation was that Cardi B was using the Finsta to throw shade at other entertainers in the industry. This apparent fake account had been used to bash the likes of Ariana Grande, Lil Kim, Meg Thee Stallion, and Doja Cat, all of which have very dedicated fan bases that were quick to cancel Cardi when they believed that she was behind it all. Although Cardi relented that the whole thing was just dumb, and in a statement about the cancellation rumor, she said, "Let me make this clear, I am not a 15-year-old girl that does fake Instagrams that talk about celebrities. I have a whole life, a whole kid." I hope you have a whole kid. "Just to feed my kid, it takes me about 35 minutes, an hour to bathe her and do her hair, then I gotta do my own thing. I don't got time to do that shit." A lot of bleeping in there. Apparently she didn't do it. Last but certainly not least, in our number 1 spot, Amber Heard. This was perhaps one of the biggest cancel culture moments of the year thus far. The war between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard has gone on for many years, but for the majority of the time, Depp was always painted as the bad guy. When Heard was exposed as a domestic abuser in his $50 million lawsuit, we got to hear all the insane things that she had done to him. A Change.org page was started as well that wanted her removed from Aquaman 2, and with over 480,000 signatures, they are almost at their goal. If she does indeed get removed from the project, it's safe to say that this will go down in history as one of the biggest wins for the cancel culture mob. With that though, let's check out some of your comments from the video titled Top 10 Celebrities Hollywood Won't Hire 2020. Amber Johnson says, "The bacon overlord rules over his subjects with benevolence and quirky yet delightful humor. Keep on being awesome, Johnny." Wow, that was very eloquent in describing me, Amber. I'm gonna have to add that line to my bio. Or maybe my Wikipedia page. I don't have a Wikipedia page yet, but if you want to start it. You can make up facts about me all day. Kiara Smith says, "You talk at a regular speed, MFs are just slow." I know people are sick of me featuring comments about the speed at which I talk, but this one was too good not to share. Amanda says, "With Vince Vaughn being a Trump supporter, I am sure he will have a hard time finding work in Hollywood." Yeah, people were arguing that he is still acting in things, but that wasn't the point of the video. When we talk about Hollywood not hiring him, I mean, we're not going to see him being pushed by way of big box office films, and that will especially never happen if he's, buddy-buddy with Trump. Panda Girl says, "There is no way your birth name is Johnny Rogers. That name is way too smooth." I'm smooth, I can pull that name off. You're right, it's a pretty smooth name, but it's not my real name. It's most definitely not my real name. Just a different version of my actual name. My real name is pretty smooth too. My real name is pretty colonial. Carmen A. Trejo says, "I agree with some of the people on here shouldn't be on here. Example, Terrence Howard." Going back to what I just said with Vince Vaughn, I think Terrence does deserve to be on that list because, like I said, big box office production companies know he's hard to work with. He can do projects on his own or be on a TV show, whatever, but that doesn't make them Hollywood backed. You gotta remember that. And that has been the top 10 celebrities canceled in 2020 part 3. Thank you so much for watching, and thank you to our editors for all their hard work. If you enjoyed this video, then please show some love here by tapping that like and subscribe button. Plus, don't forget to leave us a comment down below with your thoughts on today's list. And for more videos like this one, all you gotta do is tap that playlist when it pops up. From top to end beyond the screen, my name is Johnny Rogers, and until next time, stay classy. Okay, I see what I'm doing there. And I had a burp. Sorry. Why would you suggest a movement created to advocate for the Why would you suggest that a movement created to God damn it. Back when he released his album titled Jesus is King, Back when he released his album titled Jesus is King, Kanye would Let's try it again. Quiet burp.